June 9, Acts 7, 1-29, verse 1. And said the high priest, then these things so are. 2. And he said, Men, brethren, and fathers, hearken, the God of glory appeared to the father our Abraham, being in Mesopotamia, before dwelt he in Haran. 3. And said to him, Go out from your land, and from kindred your, and come into land which to you I will show. 4. Then going out from the land of Chaldeans, he dwelt in Haran, and thereafter died. Father his, he removed him into this land in which you now dwell. 5. And not he did give to him an inheritance in it, not even a foot's tread, and promised to him to give for a possession it, and to seed his after him, there not being to him a child. 6. And spoke thus God, that shall be seed his, a sojourner in a land strange, and they will enslave it, and ill-treat it years 400. 7. And the nation to which they may be in bondage will judge I, said God, and after these things they shall come forth and serve me in place this. 8. And he gave to him a covenant of circumcision, and thus he begat Isaac, and circumcised him the day 8th, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob the 12 patriarchs. 9. And the patriarchs, envying Joseph, sold him into Egypt, and was God with him. 10. And delivered him out of all this tribulations his, and gave him favor and wisdom before Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he appointed his ruler over Egypt, and whole house his. 11. But came a famine upon whole the land of Egypt, and Canaan, and tribulation great, and did not find sustenance father's hour. 12. But having heard Jacob was corn in Egypt, sent forth father's hour first. 13. And at the second time was made known Joseph to brethren his, and known became to Pharaoh the family of Joseph. 14. And having sent Joseph, he called for father his, Jacob, and all kindred his, in souls 75. 15. And went down Jacob into Egypt, and died, he and father's hour. 16. And were carried over to Shechem, and were placed in the tomb, which bought Abraham for a sum of money from the sons of Hamor of Shechem. 17. But as drew near the time of the promise, which swore God to Abraham, increased the people and multiplied in Egypt. 18. Until arose king another, who knew not Joseph. 19. He, having dealt subtly with race our, ill-treated our fathers, making exposed babes there, that they might not live. 20. In which time was born Moses, and was beautiful to God, who was brought up months 3 in the house of father his. 21. And being exposed, he took up him, the daughter of Pharaoh, and brought up him for herself for a son. 22. And was instructed Moses in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and he was mighty in words and in deeds. 23. And when was fulfilled to him of 40 years a period, it came into heart his to look upon brethren his, the sons of Israel. 24. And seeing a certain one being wronged, he defended him, and avenged him, being oppressed, having smitten the Egyptian. 25. For he thought would understand brethren his, that God by hand his is giving them salvation, but they understood not. 26. And on the following day he appeared to those who were contending, and urged them to peace, saying, Men, brethren are you, why wrong you one another? 27. But he who was wronging his neighbor thrust away him, saying, Who you appointed ruler and judge over us? 28. To put to death me you wish, in the way you put to death yesterday the Egyptian? 29. And fled Moses at this saying, and became a sojourner in the land of Midian, where he begat souls too.